Oh, we do like to be beside the seaside.
And we like to do park runs too. So if, like us, you're a fan of being by the seaside and doing park runs, then this is the video just for you.
So we're going to take you through 8 coastal park runs that we've done in the last few years and that we've really enjoyed and that you may get to enjoy too, should you have the opportunity.
So we're going to take you through event day logistics and what you can expect when you're out there running those parkrun courses.
So we're going to start our journey in Exmouth on the beautiful Devon coast.
So we ran at Exmouth last summer and it is a lovely flat out and back course along the Esplanade.
As you would expect on a coastal park run, you get beautiful views across the sea.
So Exmouth is a particularly fast course. I think the age grading record there before parkrun took them away was up at about 102%. On the day I ran my fastest parkrun in several years, 2024. And it really is nice to see all the runners on the way out coming back, waving at each other and encouraging each other. Plenty of parking on the Esplanade and plenty of public toilets available right near the start and finish line.
And the all-important cafe, there's plenty of those too.
So if it is an exhilarating start to your Saturday you're looking for, check out Exmouth Parkrun down in Devon. So what's the nearest coastal parkrun to where you live? Let us know in the comments below and whether you'd recommend it for us to maybe visit one day.
Moving along the Devon coast slightly, we end up at the town of Seaton.
So Seaton is another out and back course along a seafront.
And a unique feature of this parkrun is the sound that you get to hear at the start of the parkrun.
So shingle at the start, shingle in the middle, and if you're building up for a big sprint finish at the end, you'll find about 100 yards of shingle there too.
So yes, another flat route, but not quite as fast because of the shingle. And as with Exmouth, Seaton is very similar in terms of finding parking, toilets and cafes near the start.
So if you want to kick off your Saturday morning with a jingle of shingle, head down to Seaton Parkrun in Devon.
So before we carry on, we'd really like you to give this video a like, and if you haven't subscribed, we'd love you to do so.
So for the next one of these 8 coastal parkruns, we move along the Jurassic coast, across the Devon border, and where do we end up?
One of my favourites, Weymouth.
So a quick word of warning, Weymouth has 2 courses, a summer course and a winter course, and it's the winter course that runs along the seafront.
So continuing a theme here, we have an out and back course.
On
the seafront.
So things to note on this course is the beautiful cliffs on the Jurassic coastline, a Jubilee clock for the, I think, the Diamond Jubilee of Queen Victoria, and poignantly for me, there's a lot of memorials to the men who sailed out from Weymouth Bay in June 1944 to cross the Channel to liberate Europe from tyranny.
So no shingle on this course, so on the right day it's potentially a fast day. Unfortunately, the times we've done it, it's been windy and wet.
So there is pay and display parking at the nearby Lodmore Country Park and plenty of cafes in and around Weymouth to enjoy after the run.
And toilets right next to the car park at the said country park.
And due to the out and back, then out and back again nature of the course, you get to see other runners plenty of times en route.
So moving along the Dorset coast, we end up at Dalston, near Swanage.
So if it's coastal views you're after, Dalston Parkrun is just wow. Now, it certainly isn't an easy course. In fact, I think it's in, well, if you're to reverse the fastest UK parkrun list, it's in the 10 slowest. It's a course where you're constantly climbing or dropping. It's not for the faint-hearted, but you can see the Isle of Wight.
Yes, when we did it, it was a beautiful summer's day. Some may think, oh, that's a bit tough running on a cliff park run, because you do go up the side of the cliff. But it was just amazing. Great views.
As soon as I saw it, I thought this is right up there in your bucket list park runs.
Yes, so forget the PBs on this one, but just go and have a wonderful experience.
prosaic points. There's plenty of parking, but there's a modest car park charge, plenty of toilets, and a really nice cafe. So if you can, stick around and sample the delights there after Dilston Parkrun. And the final coastal parkrun on the south coast is Poole, a biggie.
So Poole is one of the more popular parkruns in the country, regularly getting 800, 900 runners, walkers, partakers, and sometimes over 1,000.
Flat two-lap courses, mainly on tarmac, a little bit of off-road section, but it doesn't seem to slow people down.
Yes, so Poole was third on the UK fastest parkruns in 2023.
And you're on your fastest parkrun of 2023?
I did indeed, and my highest age grading ever.
And I ran my second fastest parkrun of 2023, so there you go, a fast course. And it's a simply beautiful park, quite apart from that. Edwardian, I believe, but I'll check that and put the date on the screen. Views across Poole Harbour, across the Brownsea Island.
So on this one, you park on the local roads outside the park, or you can go to the local car parks nearby.
And a couple of really nice cafes in the park. We went to the one by the start and finish area.
So we got Poole Parkrun on a beautiful Easter's day.
So Poole Parkrun, another definite for your coastal parkrun bucket list. So, if I were to ask the question, apart from Cornwall, which county in the UK has the longest coastline, I bet that not many people would answer Essex. But that is a true fact. So the next parkrun we're going to take you to is Maldon Prom, in that fine southeastern county. So Maldon Prom is a two-lap course which is run on a lovely mixture of tarmac, grass and woodland. It's also the home parkrun of that famous running YouTuber Ben Felton, Ben is Running, whom we bumped into the one occasion we ran at Maldon Prom. So Maldon itself is an ancient Saxon town, famed for its production of sea salt, and one feature for this parkrun is this very striking statue. A man, I believe, is called Bertnoth, but if any Anglo-Saxon scholars watching wants to correct me on that, let me know in the comments. So Bertnoth is up there in commemoration of his valiant but failed attempt to repel Viking invaders at the Battle of Maldon in the year 961. So moving away from Anglo-Saxon history, a more prosaic fact about Maldon Prom Parkrun is that it has ample car parking and good toilet facilities near the start. So the day we ran at Maldon Prom was a quite exhilarating, beautiful spring morning with the Blackweir Estuary, River Chelmer opening up in front of us, and we fully appreciated the beauty of the next in our series of coastal parkruns. So moving along from Maldon Prom along the Essex coast, which remember is the second longest of any county in the UK, we come across the haunting beauty of the Mersey Island Parkrun. So Mersey Island is a two-lap course within the Cudmore Country Park. When we did it, it was all on trails, so it might be worth checking out conditions underfoot before you visit to see if trail shoes are in order. You have parking and toilets at that country park, and the two standout features for me of Mersey Island Parkrun is one, the Second World War pillbox you run past twice when we did it. Reminds me of the time when Essex was on a potential front line and my own ancestors were in that county experiencing those dark times. And the second feature isn't actually on the parkrun, but as Mersey Island is an island, there's a narrow causeway to get onto the island called the Strood, and you need to check tide times because they're variable, and at certain times of day you cannot get on or off the island unless you've got a Batmobile that changes into one of those boat things. Now, just don't get on or off the island if the Strood is flooded.
Oh, it's a river up there.
It's well worth exploring the island after. You get a real sense of remoteness and otherness, and I found it quite a special place. So the next parkrun on our coastal parkrun adventures is Mersey Island down in Essex. So the 8th and final stop on our coastal tour of UK parkrun England takes us to the Yorkshire coast and the Sowerby parkrun. We both absolutely love this particular event for several reasons. One is a variety. First mile on tarmac, second mile on a coastal path with beautiful views across the Llanford Cliffs, then past the grounds of a Georgian mansion house, woodland, before finish outside that mansion house. We've done this parkrun every year since it started. In fact, I remember the first ever event there, 30 odd finishers I think, and I remember being fortunate enough to be the first ever person to finish Sowerby parkrun. Ample free parking at the Sowerby Hall and Gardens car park, and good cafe, and for an extra fee you can stay and explore the Hall and Gardens, which are well worth doing. Beautiful walled gardens, variety of trees, animal enclosure if you have kids, or if you don't have kids and you enjoy looking at animals. The course is one loop, which is nice. You're not doing the same thing more than once. Sweeping views of the old spa town, then fishing port, then seaside resort of Bridlington. That's where my family spent its summer holidays in the 1970s and 1980s. So many happy boyhood memories of visiting Sowerby Hall and Gardens, and what a pleasure and privilege it is to be able to go back and run a parkrun there. So for me, an absolute bucket list parkrun if you can find your way up to that part of East Yorkshire. So 8th and final stop on the coastal parkrun tour of England is Sowerby.
So we hope you've enjoyed our tour around some of England's lovely coastal parkruns, and if you have, please give this video a like, and if you haven't already subscribed, we'd love you to do so. And don't forget to tell us about your favourite coastal parkrun. I'm sure there's many out there that we've not done yet, and you may even entice us along to the next one. So until next time, keep on keeping on.
Keep on keeping on.